One sunny day, Amanda decided to pay Nkem a visit. She had been thinking about it for a while and felt it was time to confront Nkem and set things straight. She was determined to make it clear that Obiora was hers and no one could come between them. As Amanda arrived in Umudulu, she couldn't help but notice the beauty of Nkem's garden. Nkem was watering her flowers, smiling softly. Amanda felt unease, but she pushed the feelings away. I am here to end this once and for all, she thought. Amanda knocked on the gate. Nkem looked up, surprised to see her again. She wheeled herself closer to the gate, her face showing confusion. Hi, Nkem greeted politely but carefully. What brings you here today? I want to talk to you, Amanda replied with a calm voice, though it had a sharp edge. It's something very important. Nkem raised an eyebrow, feeling like something wasn't right. But she opened the gate. Okay, come in. Amanda sat down without wasting time. Nkem, I'm Amanda, Obiora's fiancée. We are getting married soon, and I thought you should know. Nkem stared at her, surprised. Fiancée? She asked in confusion. Obiora never told me he was engaged. Amanda's eyes narrowed slightly. What did he tell you then? Nkem took a deep breath to think. Obiora did mention you, but he told me you two had broken up peacefully. He said you ended things on good terms and weren't together anymore. She paused, then added, he never said anything about engaged. Amanda's heart sank for a moment, but she quickly hid it. He told you we broke up? She asked, trying to keep her voice steady. Yes, Nkem said softly. That's what he told me. I didn't know anything about any engagement. Amanda clenched her feet, trying to stay calm. So, he didn't tell you we were planning our future together. Her voice was colder now. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. I am here to make sure you understand. Nkem looked at Amanda with sadness. I am sorry, Amanda. I didn't know. Obiora told me you two had drifted apart and that he was moving on. He never said anything being engaged. Amanda leaned back, her expression hardening. Now you know, Obiora and I are planning our wedding. I won't let anyone come between us, Nkem. Nkem's heart felt heavy. She remembered Obiora's words not long ago when he had told her he cared for her. But now, Amanda's words made her feel confused and unsure. I never wanted to cause any problems, Nkem said quietly, her voice shaking a little. I thought what we had was real, but now I see it's not what I thought. Amanda stood up, her tone firm. I need you to stay away from Obiora. He's mine, and nothing will change that. Nkem nodded slowly, her eyes filling with sadness. I understand, she said softly. Amanda walked back to her car, satisfied with what she had said. Goodbye, Nkem, she said firmly as she left. As Amanda drove away, she felt like she had won, but deep inside, a small voice told her that this wasn't truly over. Inside her house, Nkem sat quietly, her mind filled with questions. She don't know what to believe anymore, but one thing was clear, things would never be the same again. When Amanda left, Nkem sat quietly, her heart feeling heavy and her mind filled with thoughts. Could Obiora have been lying to me? Was he seeing both of us at the same time? She tried to stop thinking about it, but the questions wouldn't go away. Just then, Eformer walked inside the room. She immediately noticed Nkem's tear-streaked face and rushed over. Nkem, what is wrong? What happened? At first, Nkem didn't answer. Her eyes stared off into the distance. Eformer knelt beside her and gently held her hand. Nkem, please talk to me. You are scaring me. Finally, Nkem took a shaky breath and spoke. Eformer, Amanda came here to see me. She told me something, and I don't know what to believe. Eformer frowned. Amanda? The same Amanda you told me before? Nkem nodded, and Eformer's face became serious. What did she say? Nkem hesitated, then explained. She told me she and Obiora are engaged. She said she is Obiora's fiancé and told me to stay away from him. Her voice trembled. She claimed they never really broke up. Eformer's face grew angry. She said what? Nkem, you can't believe that, can you? I don't know what to believe, Nkem whispered, her eyes filling with fresh tears. Obiora told me they broke up peacefully. He never said anything about being engaged. Why would he hide that from me? Eformer clenched her feet. You know what? We are going to find out the truth. She grabbed Nkem's phone from the table. Eformer, wait! Nkem protested, trying to stop her. But Eformer was already dialing the number. No, Nkem. He owes you an explanation, Eformer said firmly. The phone rang, and after a moment, Obiora answered. Nkem, my love, he said softly. But Eformer's voice cut in sharply. It's not Nkem, it's Eformer. There was a brief silence. Eformer. Obiora sounded surprised. What is going on? Is Nkem okay? Let me speak to her. Eformer's tone was cold. Oh, you will get your chance, Obiora. But first, you need to tell me the truth. How long have you been leading Nkem on? Leading her on? Obiora sounded confused. Eformer, I don't know what you are talking about. Please, let me talk to Nkem. Not until you explain. Eformer snapped. Why did Amanda come to Nkem's house and say she's your fiancé? Why would you let Nkem think you two were over? Obiora's voice became tense. What? Amanda went to see Nkem? Yes, she did. Eformer replied angrily. She said you are still engaged to her. Is that true? Are you lying to Nkem? There was silence for a moment. Then Obiora spoke. His voice firm. Eformer, Amanda and I are not engaged. We are not even together. She is struggling to accept that it's over. But I didn't think she would go this far. Eformer wasn't convinced. So, you are saying Amanda lied about being engaged to you? Yes, Obiora said firmly. I broke things off with her a while ago. I would never lie to Nkem. Eformer sighed, her frustration showing. Obiora, if you are not telling the truth, you are going to hurt Nkem even more. Maybe it's best if you stay away from her. Eformer, I love Nkem. Obiora said softly. Please believe me. Eformer hesitated, then ended the call without another word. She turned to Nkem, her expression softening. Nkem, are you okay? Nkem looked down, her voice trembling. I don't understand, Eformer. Why would Amanda lie like that? And if Obiora really loves me, why didn't he make things clear from the start. Eformer nodded thoughtfully. I don't trust him, Nkem. There is too much confusion. Love shouldn't make you feel this unsure or hurt. Nkem sighed, a tear slipping down her cheek. I don't know, Eformer. My heart feels so heavy. I just wish I knew the truth. Eformer gently placed a hand on her shoulder. You deserve someone who will be honest with you, Nkem. Someone who won't leave you feeling like this. Until Obiora can prove himself, maybe it's better to keep your distance. Nkem nodded slowly, knowing her friend was right. As she wiped her tears, she took a deep breath and tried to focus on Eformer's words, but deep down, her heart still ached for answers. Obiora couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned in bed, thinking about the call with Eformer. His mind kept spinning, and he couldn't stop worrying about Nkem. He dialed her number over and over, but it always went to voicemail. He felt restless and knew he couldn't wait until tomorrow. I have to fix this, he thought. When I see Nkem, everything will be better. After that, I will deal with Amanda. As the morning sun came up, Obiora was already awake. He rushed through his work at the office, but his mind was far away. He knew he had to go to Umudulu to see Nkem. Driving to Umudulu felt like eternity, and his heart raced with every passing minute. When he reached Nkem's house, her parents came out to meet him. Their faces were full of anger. Eformer had already told them everything, and they didn't hide their disappointment. What do you want, Obiora? Nkem's father asked, his voice thin. Our daughter doesn't need this kind of trouble after everything she had been through. Obiora felt the weight of their words. He stayed calm and spoke with sincerity. I understand how you feel, he said. I meant no harm, and I truly care for Nkem. Please believe me, I want to make things right. Before her parents could say anything more, Nkem appeared in the doorway. She looked tired, with dark circle under her eyes. Obiora's heart ached as she saw how upset she was. He felt guilty, knowing he had caused her pain. Nkem, he said softly, please, let me explain everything to you. Nkem nodded and turned to her parents. They gave her a small nod before leaving them alone to talk. When they were alone, Obiora took a deep breath. He had planned what to say, but now it felt so hard to find the right words. Nkem, I am so sorry for all the confusion, he began. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I want you to know that I have always been honest with you. I love you, not out of pity, because you mean so much to me. Nkem looked at him, her face softening a little, but she didn't speak. Obiora continued, his voice steady. Amanda will not be a problem for you anymore. I will handle everything. I promise to make things right. Nkem's voice was quiet, but firm when she asked, so, what Amanda said, was it all a lie? Obiora nodded quickly. Yes, Nkem. We broke up a long time ago. I haven't been in contact with her since then. I know what she said hurt you, but I need you to believe me. It's over between Amanda and I. It's just you and me now. Nkem took a deep breath, her eyes searching his face. She was silent for a while, thinking carefully about his words. Please, Nkem, Obiora said gently, give me a chance to show you how much I care about you. I promise I will make it up to you. Nkem looked at him for a moment before nodding slowly. Obiora, I hope you are telling me the truth. Don't break my heart. Obiora held her hand tightly. I promise, Nkem, I would never lie to you. I will prove it to you every day. Nkem gave him a small nod, and Obiora felt relief wash over him. He knew there was still a long way to go, but for the first time in days, he felt like he was heading in the right direction. After leaving Nkem's house, Obiora drove straight to Amanda's place. He found her in the kitchen, cooking. When Amanda saw him standing at the door, her face changed. She looked nervous. She knew why he was there, and the tension in the air was thick. Obiora pushed the door open and walked in, his face serious and his voice sharp. Don't ever do anything like that again, he said firmly. Nkem is the one I love, and you need to respect that. Amanda opened her mouth to respond, but Obiora didn't give her a chance. It's over between us, he continued. I'm done with all of this. Don't contact me again, ever. With that, he turned and slammed the door behind him as he left. Amanda ran to the door, wanting to say something, but by the time she reached it, Obiora was already gone. It was too late now. Standing by the door, Amanda felt the weight of what had happened. She had lost Obiora for good, and nothing she could say would change that. Obiora and Nkem loved each other more than ever. Their love was warm and true, and it felt stronger each passing day. One weekend, Obiora called Nkem, sounding very excited. Nkem, get ready, he said. I'm coming to pick you up. You are finally going to see my house, and you will spend the weekend with me. Nkem's heart raced with excitement, but she also felt a little nervous. She quickly went to her parents to ask for permission. They agreed with smiles, though her mother gave her a gentle warning. Be safe, my dear. Her mother said kindly, call us if you need anything. I will, Mama. Thank you. Nkem replied with a grateful smile. When Obiora arrived, Nkem was already outside, eagerly waiting. As soon as she saw his car, her heart skipped a beat. Obiora stepped outside of the car and greeted her parents warmly. Take good care of her, Obiora. Nkem's father said, half joking but serious at the same time. She's all we have. I promise, sir, Obiora said with a respectful smile. I will treat her like the queen she is. Nkem's parents chuckled as Obiora carefully lifted her into the car and buckled her seat belt. He then put her wheelchair in the boot and got into the car. Are we good to go? He asked with a big smile. Yes, Nkem said, her face lighting up. The drive was filled with laughter and conversation. They talked about their week, sharing little details of their days. As they neared the city, Obiora reached over and took her hand, giving it a gentle squeeze. When they arrived at Obiora's building, Nkem's eyes widened in awe. This is your house? She asked, barely able to believe it. Obiora chuckled, enjoying her reaction. Yes, it's my house. Welcome, he said, his eyes warm as he gazed at her. I built this house myself. You built this yourself? Nkem asked, amazed. It's so beautiful. I don't know you could do something like this. The house looks so amazing. Obiora smiled, feeling proud. I'm glad you like it, he said. Then, without waiting, he lifted her out of the car and carried her inside. And before you ask, no wheelchair. I'm carrying you around today, he added, winking. Nkem laughed, shaking her head shyly. Obiora, you are too much. He smiled only for you. He carried her into the house, showing her the sitting room first. It was large, cozy, and beautifully decorated. This is where I like to relax after work, Obiora said. It's so lovely. I feel like I'm in a dream, Nkem said, looking around in shock. Well, welcome to my dream, Obiora joked. As they moved into the dining room, Obiora sat her down so she could look around. This is where we will have our meals together, he said with a grin. And the kitchen is over there, where you will be making all my favorite dishes, he added, giving her a playful nudge. Oh, really? Kim laughed, crossing her arms. And who said I will be cooking for you every day? Because you love me, he replied, giving her a playful wink. Nkem rolled her eyes, laughing. All right, maybe I will make you something special once in a while. Good, he said, guiding her toward the bedroom. He opened the door to one of the rooms and said, this will be for our kids one day. Nkem blushed and playfully tapped his shoulder. You are always teasing me, she said, giggling. Obiora smiled warmly, because I love making you smile. They continued exploring the house until they reached the garden and swimming pool area. You can plant flowers here, Obiora said. I know how much you love gardening. You remembered? Nkem asked, her eyes shining. Of course, Obiora said, gently squeezing her hand. I remember everything about you. Finally, he carried her to the master bedroom. He gently placed her on the bed and sat beside her. This will be our room, he said softly. Nkem smiled shyly as Obiora leaned closer. His eyes full of love. I love you, Nkem, he whispered. I love you too, Obiora, Nkem replied, her voice full of emotion. He kissed her softly on the lips and said, you are so beautiful. I can't believe you are mine. Nkem blushed deeply, smiling. Obiora, why do you love me so much? She asked. Obiora gazed at her lovingly. Because you are my everything. You are kind, strong, and makes me happy. Nkem felt tears of joy in her eyes as they held each other in a warm embrace. In that moment, she knew that Obiora was her forever. After a lovely weekend, Obiora decided to take Nkem out for a special date at a fancy restaurant in the city. Nkem felt like a queen, excited by Obiora's love and care. As they ate, Obiora held Nkem's hand and smiled. I feel so lucky to have you in my life, he said softly. Nkem blushed. And I feel lucky to have you too, Obin, she replied shyly. After the meal, the waiter brought dessert. Obiora smiled playfully. I will be right back, my love. Don't miss me too much, he teased before leaving. While Nkem waited, Amanda, a woman from Obiora's past, walked into the restaurant. She spotted Nkem and marched angrily to the table. So, Nkem, Amanda began, you stole Obiora from me after all my warnings. Surprised but calm, Nkem responded, Amanda, Obiora had made his choice. You can't force love. Let go, and God will bring you someone who loves you." Furious, Amanda shouted, "How dare you, you useless crippled village girl." She grabbed a glass of water and threw it on Nkem, soaking her completely. Nkem gasped in shock as people in the restaurant gathered. Amanda continued yelling, calling her a boyfriend snatcher, until the waiter intervened and escorted Amanda out. Obiora returned and saw Nkem wet and upset. Alarmed, he rushed to her side. "My love, what happened?" he asked. A waiter explained how Amanda had insulted and soaked her with water. Obiora's face darkened. "Where is she?" he asked angrily and ran out to find Amanda, but she was already gone. Returning to Nkem, Obiora softened when he saw her sadness. Without hesitation, he gently carried her towards the car. "I am so sorry, my love. You don't deserve this." Nkem gave him a small smile. "It's okay, Obim. I didn't expect her to be this angry," she said quietly. Obiora asked a waiter to bring Nkem's wheelchair, then carried her to the car. He ensured she was comfortable and safe before driving away. As they headed home, Obiora promised, "My love, this will never happen again. I will make sure of it." Nkem leaned her head on him, reassured by his love and care. Though the evening didn't go as planned, Nkem knew she was with the right person. Obiora, in turn, resolved to protect her from Amanda's cruelty forever. That day, Nkem felt very sad. She sat quietly while Obiora used a hair dryer to gently dry her hair. From time to time, he glanced at her, worried. "How are you feeling, my love?" he asked softly. Nkem didn't say much. After a moment, tears started to roll down her cheeks. She began to cry. "If only I could walk, none of this would have happened. The accident ruined my life." Obiora's heart broke as he listened to her. He knelt down in front of her and gently held her face, lifting her eyes to meet his. "Nkem," he said softly, wiping her tears with his thumb, "you are perfect to me. Nothing about you could make me love you less." She looked at him with worry in her eyes. "But Obim," she said, using his special name, "what if your family doesn't bless our relationship? What if they don't want you to be with me because of my condition?" Obiora felt a little sad hearing her words, but his voice was strong and calm. "No one," he said firmly, "can ever come between us. My family loves me, and they will support what makes me happy. Please, Nkem, don't cry. It hurts me to see you like this." He gently wiped more tears from her cheeks and leaned in to kiss them away. Then he looked into her eyes and smiled. "I am here for you, my love, always." Nkem felt his love and care in his words and actions. Her sadness began to fade as she kissed him back, letting her worries go. Their kiss was full of love and promises. "Obim, I love you," she whispered. Obiora held her close, whispering back, "My love, I want to hold you forever. I want to show you how much you mean to me." He gently lifted her in his arms and carried her to the bedroom. They held each other tightly, sharing kisses that were full of tenderness. Obiora carefully unbuttoned her dress and paused to look at her. His eyes filled with love. "You are so beautiful, Nkem," he said softly. Nkem felt special and deeply loved. As they held each other close, she whispered, "Promise me, Obim, that you will never break my heart." "I promise, my love," Obiora said, his voice gentle and serious. "You are my everything. I will always love and protect you." They stayed together, wrapped in each other's arms, sharing a deep love that made them feel like the happiest people in the world. The evening was filled with trust, care, and happiness. Moments they both knew they would never forget. It was a promise of love that would last forever. The next morning, Obiora woke up feeling happy and leaned over to give Nkem a gentle kiss. "Good morning, my love," he said with a bright smile. Nkem blushed, still a little shy after their special moment the night before. As the morning progressed, Nkem began preparing to return to Omodolu. Obiora looked sad as he helped her. "I wish we could always be together, Nkem," he sighed. Nkem touched his hand gently. "I feel the same way, Obim," she replied softly. Before leaving, Obiora took Nkem shopping, encouraging her to pick out beautiful clothes, shoes, and handbags. Nkem hesitated, feeling it was too much. But Obiora reassured her with a kind smile. "What I have is yours, Nkem. I'm buying this for my future wife." He also bought gifts for Nkem's parents and her best friend, Eformer, which touched Nkem deeply. When they arrived in Omodolu, Nkem's parents were thrilled to see her, and Eformer greeted her with excitement. Obiora handed over the gift and spent time chatting with the family. Before leaving, Obiora said to Nkem, "I will be traveling for work soon, but I promise to see you when I return." Nkem waved goodbye softly. Back in the city, Obiora decided it was time to confront Amanda and called her. She didn't answer, so he left a message suggesting a peaceful meeting. Later, Amanda agreed to meet at a restaurant. When they met, Obiora calmly said, "Amanda, I understand you are upset, but you need to stop punishing Nkem. She has done nothing to you." Amanda's voice trembled with tears. "How can you forget what we shared? You told me you loved me." Obiora, though kind, stood firm. "Amanda, I am sorry for your pain, but we started growing apart long before I met Nkem. Let's handle this respectfully and move on." Amanda's tone turned bitter. "What do you see in Nkem? She can't walk. She has no money. All she has is a pretty face." Obiora smiled gently. "Love doesn't follow rules. I care deeply for Nkem, and I want her in my life. If you ever hurt her again, I won't hesitate to involve the police." He stood up and left the restaurant. Amanda sat there, her face wet with tears that quickly turned to anger. Clenching her fists, she whispered, "This isn't over," her heart burning with hatred. Obiora had been working on a major project in another city, and though he was busy, he made time to talk to Nkem every day. Their conversations lifted his spirit and kept him going through the long hours on site. But there was something he hadn't told her yet, something that gave him hope for the future. When Nkem was with him in the city, Obiora had discreetly taken a picture of her legs and sent it to his close friend, Dr. Alex, an orthopedic specialist. Obiora explained Nkem's condition, her accident, and her struggle with being unable to work. He asked Dr. Alex if there might still be a hope for her to regain mobility. Dr. Alex had listened thoughtfully and promised to review her case thoroughly and get back to him soon. A few days later, while Obiora was overseeing the site work, his phone rang. It was Dr. Alex. Obiora quickly stepped away from the noise of the construction to take the call. "Alex, please, tell me you have a good news," he said, his voice filled with both hope and anxiety. Dr. Alex's voice was calm but encouraging. "Obiora, after going over the case and looking at her condition, from what you described, I believe there is a chance. It won't be easy, and it will require multiple surgeries and a lot of physical therapy. But if Nkem is willing to go through it, she could regain the ability to walk again." Obiora felt his heart swell with joy, barely able to contain his excitement. "Alex, this is amazing. You mean there is really hope for her?" "Yes, Obiora, of course. It's a long road and there is no absolute guarantees, but the potential is there. With the right surgeries and rehabilitation, she has a real shot at walking again." Obiora thanked him over and over, hardly able to believe the news. As he ended the call, he stood there for a moment, letting the reality sink in. Nkem could walk again. She could have the life she always dreamed of. He imagined her joy and relief, the way her face would light up if she heard this news. But after a moment's thought, he decided to keep it to himself for now. He wanted to be absolutely sure that this was the right path and that everything was ready before he shared the news. He knew that Nkem would need a lot of support, encouragement, and strength to go through the process, and he wanted to be there for her every step of the way. That night, when he called Nkem, he could sense that something was different. She could sense that something was different. "Obim, you sound really happy today. Did something good happen?" she asked, her voice soft and curious. Obiora smiled to himself, carefully to keep his tone calm. "Yes, actually, just some news on the project I am working on. Everything is falling into place." He knew he wasn't ready to tell her just yet, but he couldn't help the excitement bubbling inside him. As they talked, he felt a renewed sense of purpose, a powerful determination to help Nkem in every way he could. When the time was right, he would reveal everything to her and stand by her through the surgery and recovery, ready to help her find her strength again. For now, he would wait, letting this newfound hope grow quietly within him while loving and supporting her. Amanda had been consumed by bitterness, unable to accept Obiora's new relationship. Her anger drove her to confront Nkem again. So she drove to Umudulu and found Nkem returning from the market in her wheelchair. Approaching Nkem with a snare, Amanda lashed out, accusing her of snatching Obiora. "You are nothing but a crippled, wretched girl. You will ruin his future," she shouted. Nkem stayed calm, replying, "I am sorry for the pain you feel, Amanda, but Obiora chose me. I love him, and I would never hurt him." Amanda's rage boiled over. "You have ruined everything," she screamed, shoving Nkem's wheelchair, causing her to fall hard onto the dusty road. As Nkem struggled to recover, tears welled up in her eyes. "Amanda, I understand your pain, but this isn't fair. I can't change how I feel about Obiora, and neither can you." At that moment, Obiora arrived unexpectedly, seeing Nkem on the ground and Amanda standing over her. He rushed to help Nkem into her wheelchair, his face filled with anger. "I warned you, Amanda," he said tightly. "This is the last straw," Amanda retorted bitterly, belittling Nkem's worth. Obiora stood firm. "Enough! I love Nkem, and nothing you say will change that." Amanda's defiance flattered, and she whispered, "What does she have that I don't?" Obiora softened his tone. "Love isn't about qualifications. You can't control your heart." His words left Amanda in tears, but her bitterness remained. As Obiora pulled out his phone to call the authorities, Nkem gently stopped him. "Please, Obim, let it go. She's hurting, and I don't want to add to her pain." Obiora insisted, but Nkem's forgiving nature touched him. "Alright, for you, I will let it go, but I will always protect you," he promised. Amanda, overcome with guilt, apologized. "I am sorry, Nkem. I was just angry and jealous." Nkem smiled softly, replying, "I understand, Amanda. I am sorry for the pain this caused you." Amanda nodded, wished them happiness, and left quietly. Obiora turned to Nkem with concern. "Are you alright?" "I am fine," Nkem assured him. "I just feel so sorry for Amanda. She is really hurt." Obiora gently carried Nkem to his car, taking her to the hospital to ensure she was okay. Thankfully, no serious injuries were found, and they left with renewed gratitude for their love and strength for each other. Since the incident with Amanda, Obiora and Nkem decided to keep everything from Nkem's parents. They didn't want to worry them, especially with everything Nkem had already been through. Meanwhile, Obiora began making arrangements for Nkem's surgery overseas, though he hadn't yet told her. At the same time, he was planning how to propose to her and introduce her to his family. One evening, he called Nkem and asked her to visit him, hinting he had a surprise in store. This time, he sent his driver to pick her up, a gesture that let her know that this evening was going to be special. Nkem, excited but nervous, chose a lovely dress and got ready, wondering what Obiora had planned. When she arrived, Obiora welcomed her with a warm hug and placed a gentle kiss on her forehead. "I am so happy you are here," he murmured, his eyes full of affection. "Happy to be here too," Nkem replied, feeling happy. "But you have been so mysterious about tonight. What is going on, Obim?" He chuckled, leading her inside. "You will see, my love. Tonight is about us." After dinner, Nkem tried to get him reveal the surprise. "Come on, Obim," she teased, tapping his hand. "Just a tiny hint. If I tell you now, it will ruin everything," he said with a grin. "But I promise you will know soon." Later, Obiora took her hand and led her outside. "Come with me," he said warmly. They strolled along a path lined with glowing lanterns and twinkling lights. Nkem's eyes widened in amazement. "This is incredible, Obim. It's all for you," he replied, watching her reaction with a tender smile. At the end of the path was an enchanting open space filled with light and flowers. Nkem gasped, "Obim, did you really do all of this?" He nodded, kneeling before her. "Nkem, You changed me in a way I never thought possible. Please, will you marry me?" Tears filled Nkem's eyes as she whispered, "Yes, my love. Yes, I will marry you." Obiora slipped the ring onto her finger and embraced her. They stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, ready to face the future together, side by side. The next day, Obiora sat with Nkem and said, "I think it's time I introduce you to my family. They live in the city too, so it won't be a long trip." Though he had already shown her parents her picture and shared their love story, he knew meeting in person would mean a lot. Nkem's face lit up, but there was a hint of nervousness. "Obim, do they know everything about me?" Obiora held her hand and smiled. "Yes, Nkem. I told them about you being in a wheelchair and your background. At first, they were a bit worried, but I explained how much I love you and how you are planning to continue your education. They understand because my happiness is most important to them." Nkem smiled shyly and took a deep breath. "Thank you, Obim. I hope they will like me." "They will," Obiora said with confidence. "You are so amazing. How could they not love you?" A few hours later, they arrived at Obiora's family home. Nkem's eyes widened when she saw the big house with a long driveway and a beautiful flower in the garden. She turned to Obiora and said, "Obim, I didn't know your parents were this rich." Obiora smiled and squeezed her hand. "It doesn't matter. I just want you to feel at home here." When they entered the house, Obiora's parents, Engineer Chude and his wife Nkechi, welcomed them warmly. Nkem felt a little less nervous when she saw their kind smiles. "You must be Nkem," Nkechi said as she gave her a gentle hug. "We have heard so much about you." "Yes, Mom, this is Nkem," Obiora said proudly, his eyes shining as he looked at her. Engineer Chude shook her hand warmly. "Welcome, Nkem. It's nice to finally meet you." They all sat in the living room, and soon the conversation flowed easily. Nkem was surprised at how kind and friendly they were. They laughed and shared stories like they had known for a long time. "Nkem," Nkechi said with a warm smile, "what are your plans for the future?" "I plan to go to school," Nkem replied, glancing at Obiora, who gave her an encouraging nod. "I want to finish my studies and maybe go further if I can." Engineer Chude nodded in approval. "That's nice. Education is very important, and we are happy to hear you want to continue." Nkechi added, "It's clear why Obiora loves you. You are a kind and gentle person, Nkem. We are happy he chose you." Nkem blushed and looked down shyly. "Thank you, ma. That means a lot to me." As the evening went on, Nkem felt more relaxed. They talked about her village, hobbies, and dreams. She noticed that Obiora's parents seemed happier with her and with every word she said. When the evening was over, Nkechi whispered to her husband, "She is a wonderful girl, isn't she?" Engineer Chude nodded and smiled. "Yes, I can see why Obiora loves her. She is special." On their way going home, Nkem turned to Obiora, her heart full of joy. "Your parents are so nice, Obim. I was so worried, but they made me feel like I'm part of the family." Obiora held her hand and kissed it gently. "That's because you are, Nkem. We are now one family." They drove home, feeling happy and thankful for the love and acceptance they had found. One day, Obiora decided it was time to tell Nkem and her parents some good news. He went to their house with a big smile on his face, excited to share what he had planned. When they sat down in the living room, Nkem looked at Obiora with curiosity. "Obiora, you look like you have something special to tell us." Obiora smiled and looked at her parents before turning back to Nkem. "I do have something special to share," he said kindly. "Nkem, we are going overseas for your surgery. I have made all the plans and there is a good chance you will be able to walk again." Nkem was shocked. Her eyes grew wide and she gasped, "Are you serious, Obim?" Tears filled her eyes, feeling overwhelmed with happiness. Her mother clapped her hands and started dancing around. "Thank you, God. Thank you, Obiora," she shouted, so happy. Nkem's father, who didn't speak much, asked quietly, "So, Nkem will have the chance to walk again?" Obiora nodded, his heart swelling with joy. "Yes, the doctors believe there is a strong chance. We will go to the best specialist and they are hopeful she can regain her strength." Nkem took Obiora's hand, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Obim, I don't even know how to thank you. This means everything to me." Her mother embraced Nkem tightly. "My daughter will walk again. God bless you, Obiora," she exclaimed, her voice thick with emotion. Nkem's father gently patted Obiora on the shoulder. "You have brought light back into our family, my son," he said, his voice shaking. As they discussed the plan for the surgery, the house was filled with excitement and gratitude. Obiora felt deeply fulfilled, seeing their happiness, determined to do everything possible to make this dream a reality. Later that evening, Nkem decided to share more good news. With a playful smile, she held up her hand to show the engagement ring Obiora had given her. "Obiora and I, we are getting married," she announced. Her mother gasped, rushing to embrace her. "A wedding? My daughter, a bride? This is wonderful news." Nkem's father stood, his eyes glistening with pride. "Obiora, you have made my daughter the happiest woman in this life. I am proud of both of you." Obiora smiled humbly. "Thank you, sir. I am honored to be part of your family, and I promise to take care of Nkem forever." Nkem's mother hugged her tightly, wiping tears. "You are so blessed, Obiora. You have proven your love in so many ways. We couldn't ask for a better son-in-law." Obiora turned to Nkem's father and said respectfully, "Sir, once we return from the surgery, I will come with my parents to formally ask for your blessing." Her father chuckled softly. "You have already earned it, Obiora, but I look forward to meeting your parents." As the family laughed and shared dreams of the future, the joy in the room was overwhelming. Nkem's parents felt reassured about their daughter's bright future. Later, as they prepared to leave, Nkem hugged Obiora tightly. "I can't believe this is happening. Thank you for making all my dreams come true." Obiora kissed her forehead softly. "This is only the beginning, Nkem. Our love is just starting." A few months after Nkem and Obiora had traveled to overseas for the surgery, they finally returned home, and the entire family was eager to see the result of the long journey. Nkem's parents, friends, and even Obiora's family had been waiting anxiously to hear about the success of the surgery. But no one could have expected what they were about to witness. As Nkem stepped out of the plane, the air seemed to sparkle around her. She looked different, radiant, confident, and transformed. Her legs, which had once been a source of constant pain and limitation, now stood straight and strong. It was as if the past struggles had never happened. She moved with such grace and ease, each step full of grace. It was hard to believe that just months ago, she had been in a wheelchair. Her face shone with joy, and her hair sparkled in the sunlight. She looked more beautiful than ever. As she walked toward her family, everyone could see how confident she had become. Eformer, Nkem's best friend, gasped when she saw her. She covered her mouth with her hands in shock. "Nkem, is this really you?" she asked, her voice filled with amazement. Nkem laughed, her happiness bubbling over. "Yes, Eformer, it's me. Can you believe it?" Eformer ran to hug her, tears streaming down her cheeks. "You looked so beautiful. I can't believe my eyes. It's like you are a new person." The people waiting at the airport couldn't take their eyes off Nkem. Her family was so proud and happy. Nkem's father couldn't stop smiling, and her mother hugged her tightly. "My daughter," her mother said, her voice shaking with emotion, "you look like a queen. You are perfect. This is a miracle." Nkem smiled at her mother and said, "All thanks to Obiora and the wonderful doctors." Obiora stood nearby, watching her with love and pride. He had always thought Nkem was amazing, but now, seeing her so strong and happy, he loved her even more. Nkem walked over to him and took his hand. "Obiora," she said softly, "I feel like a new person. Thank you for believing in me and making this possible." Obiora's voice was full of emotion as he replied, "You have always been perfect to me, Nkem. Now, the world can see the strong, beautiful woman I have always known." The people around them couldn't stop staring at Nkem. Nkem was glowing with beauty and confidence, and Obiora looked at her like she was the most special person in the world. "Nkem," Obiora said, "you have made me the happiest man on earth, and I will love you forever." Nkem's heart was full of happiness as she leaned in and kissed him. They had faced so many challenges, but now they were together and nothing could stop them. As Nkem stood there, surrounded by love, she knew she had overcome so much. She was ready to live a happy, full life with Obiora by her side. Everyone around her admired her, but it was Obiora's love that she cherished the most. It was the greatest gift she had ever received. Obiora could barely contain his excitement. It was just weeks away from making Nkem his wife, and Nkem felt exactly the same. Now that everything in their life was falling into place, they were more inseparable than ever. The connection they shared grew deeper each passing day, and it felt as if nothing could come between them. Just a month after her successful surgery, Nkem received fantastic news. She had gained admission to one of the most prestigious universities in the country. She had chosen to study as a florist, driving by a new purpose to become a skilled, dedicated florist and bring beauty to the world through her work. Both Obiora and the Nkem's family were thrilled for her. Obiora, in particular, couldn't have been prouder of her. One weekend, Obiora's family came to Nkem's house for a formal introduction. The two families gathered, exchanging greetings and laughter. With warm smiles filling the room, everyone felt the happiness radiating from Nkem and Obiora. Together, they planned the wedding dates for both the traditional and white weddings. Everyone was so excited. Finally, the big day arrived. The wedding venue looked like something out of a dream. There was flowers everywhere, soft light glowing, and everything was so beautiful. It was a perfect setting for a magical day. The long-awaited day finally arrived, and Obiora and Nkem's wedding was nothing short of a fairy tale. Surrounded by family and friends, the couple tied the knot in a luxurious setting that left everyone in shock. The venue was beautifully decorated with flowers and soft lights, creating an enchanting atmosphere that made the day unforgettable. As Nkem walked down the aisle with her father, everyone admired how much she had changed. Once confined to a wheelchair, she now stood tall and confident, looking stunning in her elegant white gown. Obiora, waiting at the altar, couldn't take his eyes off her, his heart full of love and pride. After the vows were exchanged and the officiant pronounced them husband and wife, the celebration began. Guests enjoyed a feast of delicious food and drinks, with tables filled with a variety of dishes that pleased everyone. Laughter, music, and dancing filled the air, creating a joyful atmosphere. As the couple shared their first moment as newlyweds, among the guests were Nkem's best friend, Eformer, and Amanda, who quietly admired how far Nkem had come. Eformer hugged Nkem tightly, wishing her happiness, while Amanda, who had once doubted her, gave her a warm smile and heartfelt congratulations. As the evening drew to a close, both families gathered around the couple to offer their blessings and well wishes. They spoke of their pride in Nkem and Obiora's love and how they looked forward to seeing the beautiful life they would build together. The day ended with laughter, love, and heartfelt goodbyes as Obiora and Nkem began their new journey as husband and wife. It was a celebration of love, resilience, and the hope. Everyone who witnessed it knew they were seeing the start of something truly special. A few years later, Nkem and Obiora's love story blossomed in a way they had only dreamed of. Their life grew richer as they welcomed two beautiful children, a boy named Chiemeka and a girl named Adaora. Their home was filled with a joyful sound of laughter and little footsteps, a symbol of love and resilience that had brought them together. As a mother, Nkem adored watching her children grow, guiding them with love and teaching them about courage and kindness. The children adored their parents and often looked up to them, watching in shock as their mother worked her magic with flowers and their father designed buildings that seemed to touch the sky. Nkem's career as a florist flourished beyond her imagination. She became known as a skilled and passionate artist, with her unique floral arrangements admired by many. Her store was filled with rare blooms and vibrant colors, a reflection of her creativity and love for nature. Her work was sought after for weddings, events, and even royal gatherings. Nkem had fulfilled her purpose, becoming the talented florist she had once only dreamed of being. Obiora, on the other hand, had advanced in his career as an architect, known for his exceptional designs and dedication. He rose to become one of the most respected architects in the country. His firm was celebrated for its innovative and sustainable designs, and he often traveled for high-profile projects. Yet, no matter how busy life became, he always made time for Nkem and their children, ensuring that his family remained at the heart of his world. Their lives were filled with shared dreams, laughter, and countless cherished moments. They often took family trips, exploring places they had always wanted to see. Nkem would share stories with her children about the strength and hope that had brought her and Obiora together, teaching them to embrace life challenges with courage. On quiet evening, after the children were asleep, Nkem and Obiora would sit together in their garden, reflecting on their journey. Surrounded by the fragrance of flowers and the soft glow of light, they would talk about their dreams, grateful for the life they had built together. Their love, once tested by hardship, had only deepened with time. Nkem and Obiora knew they were blessed, and they cherished every moment, knowing they had created a legacy of love, strength, and hope that would last for generations. And as they sat hand in hand, watching the stars, they knew that their story was far from over. This was just another beautiful chapter in the life they had always shared. Lesson number 1. Love is patient and enduring. True love stands strong through challenges and uncertainties. Obiora's unwavering support for Nkem shows how love can help overcome even the most difficult situations. Belief and determination. Nkem's journey from adversity to success is a testament to the power of believing in oneself and staying determined. Her resilience and hard work allow her to overcome her limitations and achieve her dreams. Family support is a foundation for growth. Nkem's family and Obiora's parents show the importance of family support. They provided strength, encouragement, and love, helping Nkem and Obiora to build a solid foundation for their future. Forgiveness and moving forward. Despite Amanda's past actions, Nkem moved forward, focusing on her happiness and future. This teaches us to let go of bitterness and focus on the positive aspects of life. Unity and compromise. Obiora's family initially had reservations, but through patience and understanding, they came to see Nkem's value. This reminds us of the importance of open-mindedness and compromise in relationships. Gratitude and humility. Even with their achievements and blessings, Nkem and Obiora remained grateful and humble. They never took their success for granted, appreciating each moment and the journey that brought them there. The story of Nkem and Obiora teaches us the power of love, resilience, and support. Through life challenges, true love stands firm, offering strength and encouragement. Nkem's journey shows that with determination and the right support system, even the toughest obstacles can be overcome. It also reminds us to believe in the potential of others, just as Obiora believed in Nkem and stood by her. Together, they prove that love, faith, and perseverance can transform lives and create a beautiful future. Thank you so much for watching this amazing story. Your love and your support means the world to me. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please share them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting African stories. See you on the next video. Bye.